Distinguished colleagues, I rise to very sincerely support the reading of the bill for the second reading of this bill that seeks to amend the National Drug Law Enforcement Act as copiously presented by the sponsor of the bill, my dear brother, distinguished Senator Gyang. Distinguished colleagues, I am Senator Gyang from Plateau North. I want to say that the prevalence and menace of drugs and its destructive effect on the lives of citizens, particularly youths, has attained an alarming stage. A whole generation is at risk of being lost to drugs. The production and sale of illicit drugs requires stronger regulation and enforcement powers by the NDLA. And this bill is seeking to strengthen and stiffen the sanctions against drug abuse, such a way that it will end in breaking and ending the destructive drug chain. Distinguished colleagues, I want to further say that one of the ways to address the menace is to restrict accessibility to drugs. And without stiffer sanctions, drug barons will persist in their nefarious practices. I therefore support the recommendation in this bill for stiffer sanctions. The second dimension of my contribution would be to empower NDLA with quarantine powers. And this will be used in rehabilitating the victims, or rather captives, of drug abuse. And I'm advocating that this quarantine power should be embedded in the bill so that NDLA will have mandatory powers to accost any established case of addicts to be quarantined for rehabilitation. I therefore wholeheartedly support the reading and passage of this bill as moved by the sponsor. That will be my contribution.
Senator Abomoro.